Let's get right into the thick of it. You already know, my first impressions of Metroland is that it's a pretty shameless clone of Subway Surfers, with a similar art style, similar graphics, and coming out far too late. That being said, it does have a few things that I don't remember Subway Surfers having, but we'll get into that after the main gameplay. So if somehow you are not aware of the cultural phenomenon in mobile gaming that is Subway Surfers, also contributing to the awful attention span that some people have, I'll go ahead and explain how this game works to the best of my ability. You start out as a guy named Jed, who after breaking a sign on camera, gets chased by the Cyberpunk police of the city. As you run down the street, you dodge all sorts of obstacles from incoming vehicles, barriers and traffic, robots and drones, with every misstep having the chance to cost you your freedom. If you slam right into whatever is in your way, then you've lost that run, full stop. You get captured and you can spend a form of currency in order to be revived. If you graze an obstacle, however, you will be slowed down instead, making your next graze lead to capture for as long as your pursuer remains on screen, and slow down how fast your score goes up. The quicker you move, the quicker your score raises, and the more risk you are in. Tactfully slowing your movement could save you in the long run, but whether it's worth it for the cost of points is a risk you have to assess. There are countless power-ups and boosts in every run, like a drone that can pick you up off the ground, but forcing you to avoid in-air obstacles until the timer runs out and you're back on the ground. A point multiplier that adds more value to your actions as your score goes up far quicker. A 2x coin boost that doubles the amount of coins that are available to collect for a limited amount of time. A coin bag that gives you coins for collecting it, who would have thought? A speed boost that increases your speed for a limited amount of time, or until you slam face first into an obstacle, whichever comes first. A time shield that can protect you from certain damage like a graze, but seems to not do anything against the back end of a vehicle. A magnet that lets you pick up all the coins on the map until it runs out, regardless of which lane you are in, making it useful at any point in time. A double jump pair of shoes that is unlocked later in the game, and probably much more I haven't found yet. During these runs you can collect gold, letters, hammers and chests to bring back with you. The gold is useful for upgrades and buying things. The hammer is useful for breaking crates to get items, and the chest contains something different depending on their rarity and unlock over time. It feels like a mobile game in that regard. The letters are needed for character upgrades, with a certain amount required for each level, and the letters changing depending on the character. The first upgrade is free, but they cost gold after that, so keep that in mind. Upgrading the characters increases their power, which we'll talk about later, as well as a permanent score multiplier that you carry into runs from the beginning to the end. Each character also has outfits that can be unlocked for them as well, using outfit tokens that are hard to come by and require quite a grind. The outfits have their own gameplay bonuses and are more than just cosmetic though, so what you buy and win is determined by your playstyle. You unlock more characters as you progress through the story, with your progression tied to the score milestone that you reach during your runs. Calling this a story though is extremely generous. Yeah, it gives you rewards for your score going up, but other than that there is literally nothing to it. Besides a few more tutorial-like scenes to explain new features, nothing you do feels like it matters and you are running for the sake of doing so. As of this video, we are only in chapter 5, so I'll update you in a full review on if any of that changes. It probably doesn't. So far, the rooms I have unlocked through my progress are the power-ups room, where you use gold and upgrade tokens to upgrade power-ups and increase their duration and power. Once I upgraded the building itself with building tokens, it also increases the duration of every single power-up, and then at level 10 increases the level cap for the power-ups themselves. Then it does so again at level 20. I'm not sure if there's a max, or if there is, if it's something that they will increase in future patches and updates. I focused on the power up of the magnet to increase my collection of gold for easier upgrading in the future. You can start with whatever you want, but that's my recommendation. The second room is the vault, and that's where chests are open, as well as where they can be bought. Upgrading the building increases the hacking, or well, opening speed, as well as the rarity of the boxes themselves. themselves. Third and last that I have unlocked is the mission room. Here is when the character's power gets taken into account. With the higher their power, the better they perform on missions that happen away from home. Whenever they are sent off on these missions, they become unplayable until they return, forcing you to play with a character you haven't used as much if you sent out the one that you prefer. In order to convince you to send some out that you may want to use, each character is associated with a caller, and those characters do better depending on the corresponding caller of the missions themselves. I really like this. It made me get out of my comfort zone a little bit, and it felt like a good way to utilize every character in some regard. Upgrading the room increases a power boost for all characters as well as the overall mission speed in general, with a level 10 upgrade giving an extra mission slot so two can run at one time. I don't have an extra character though, so I can't tell you how that works or if the missions change up whenever you use two. I have no freaking clue. The other two rooms are bots and workbench. I have not unlocked them yet, so you'll have to wait for a full review if you're curious on what they do. Other than that, there are daily gifts that you can claim every day. The current ones I have only give upgrade points for Jet, but I imagine they change weekly, as well as daily goals that update every day, are easy to complete, and give valuable resources whenever you do. So with all that being said, is this another Soulless Subway Surfers clone? Yes and no. It takes obvious inspiration from it, to put it politely, but it has its own spins on it as well. It also has 0 in-game microtransactions, and everything you need you are able to earn just the same as everyone else by playing the doggone game you paid for. I want to reiterate, it does not allow you the ability to buy things to get you ahead. Just want to make sure to make that clear. The Hideout feature has the potential to really make it stand out, but so far they haven't quite done enough with it for my liking. More levels and upgrades for buildings are supposed to be coming in the future, but given how little that means in gaming anymore, it's hard to say whether it ever will. I believe that they will come though, that's what she said. But indie devs usually stand by their promises more often than the AAA ones that can actually afford it, so I will have faith in them until, proven otherwise. There is a talent system too that I forgot to talk about, but I have no clue how it frickin' works, so yeah. It just seems to give you like passive boosts to power-ups and such through talent points that are obtained in some way that I can't figure out, because whenever the tutorial came on screen, your boy was not paying attention. It probably has something to do with milestones I haven't quite got to yet. I don't know, they really put a lot of emphasis on milestones and making it to certain points in your runs, so that's probably my best guess, and I hopefully figure that out for the full review if I decide to make one. Anyway, the addictive aspect of Subway Surfers is present in this game, so if that's what you're looking for, then you got it here on consoles and PC, which given how few there are for those platforms, this one is worth your time for $5, or even on sale if you decide $5 is too much. I want to say thank you to the publishers for the key, and for more news, reviews, and whatever we choose, stay tuned to Nerdsfeed. Have a great day, thank you.